Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to do a different type of video. One that I'm gonna try not to, but I might break down a little bit. This is going to be a tribute video to my dog who yesterday I had to put down. And I wanted to say how much I loved my dog and share some memories. So here I go. When I first got my dog, it was in 2007, and we didn't know what we were gonna call it. The dog was for me mostly because at the time I had been single for a few years, and both my brothers were in relationships. And so my parents kind of, David needs a friend. And so that's when, after so many years of asking them for a dog when I was a kid, they thought, okay, David's old enough to take care of a dog now. Let him get a dog. And so we got this little dog. There were two of them at the time. I remember still. They were Wheaten Terriers, and it was either going to be one or the other. And I decided to get the scruffy looking one because there was one with like nice hair pulled back, nice. It looked like it was just combed, and then he was the one that was scruffy looking because he came up to me first, and I said, the other one didn't really come up to me, so I said, okay, this one is the one I'm gonna take. And I remember the mother dog was still there, so so I took him, and then it was, what are we gonna call him? And at first I thought I was gonna call him Crypto, because Superman's dog is named Crypto. And I remember both my brothers, specifically one of them, and my mother and dad didn't like the name Crypto. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to call him Ace because he's not black, and I feel like a black dog should be named Ace, the Bat Hound, of course. And then ultimately I decided Indiana because Indiana Jones. And that way we could sometimes use the line that Sean Connery says at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade: we named the dog Indiana. And so we stuck with Indiana, not knowing that a lot of people were going to think it was a girl's name, because it is, apparently. But I always associated it with Indiana Jones, played by Harrison Ford. And so when I told them the first time, oh, Indiana, oh, that's a nice name. So when did you get her, or whatever? They started referring to him as a her, and I had to always correct people. No, it's a he. Oh, him. Oh, he. Ah, okay. So that's how it started. That's how we got him, and named him Indiana. And Indy for short, just like in the movies, they call him Indy once in a while. Yeah, he stuck with us, and he, was a very energetic dog, very playful, always wanted to play every day, and he was very funny, very silly at times. If you know Wheaten Terriers like to be very silly. I was even told, I remember going to a dog training school where they were telling us that Wheaten Terriers are usually like the clown dogs. They like to make people laugh. And it's true. There's been so many instances where Indiana was very funny. And sometimes I think he had a sense of humor like the family that he was in, with us, Sometimes I think he didn't like being left alone, because one of the first things that happened when we got him and we took him home that night, we got home. The first thing he does as soon as we set foot in the basement, he takes a shit on the floor. And since then, we couldn't get him to stop shitting. We got him to stop shitting excuse me for the language, when we were around. But once we left him alone at home, so much mess in the house. Not just shit, pee too. So there was a lot of cleaning up to do after him. I don't know why he never wanted to wait until we got back home from work or wherever, even if it was just for like an hour. We left him home for an hour. Sometimes he already a mess. It's like, nah, I ain't waiting. I'm gonna make a mess right now, and you're gonna have to clean it up when you get back. So, a lot of that, definitely. I never really let him loose a lot, and I know some people would say, Dave, come on, you should let him loose. But then he had been loose a couple of times, and he would run off, and he would not listen, and he would not come back, and I would always go running after him. There were so many times when I was still living with my parents where where a gate would be open outside in the backyard, and I would look outside, and I would like be freaking out because he's nowhere to be seen, and I'd be running down the street looking for him everywhere. You have no idea how many times I've had to go out looking for my dog, and I looked everywhere. I asked so many people, did you see a dog running through here? Stressing like a madman. And thankfully, all the times he got lost, we would always find him. Finally, there were times, I'm going to miss a lot of the times where, like today, I came home, and usually he would be at the door waiting for me, and he wasn't there today, And this morning, too, I got up, and usually he gets up too. He hears me, he's up and ready to go outside to do his business, but he wasn't there this morning. And when I had to go, and this year has not been a great year, and I had to ever since January he got like arthritis, and he wasn't able to walk up the stairs. Sometimes he could do it, but sometimes he was struggling, and eventually it came to the point where I was just starting to carrying him up and down the stairs for the last couple of weeks, because I could tell it's too much of a struggle for him. And he's been getting skinnier and skinnier. Yesterday, when I took him to the vet for the final time, he had lost 30 pounds in 2 weeks. He was already losing weight even before this, but this is what happened. And we decided, people had been telling me for the last month. 2 people have told me. One person told me in the beginning of June, David, I think you're going to have to make a hard decision because your dog is suffering. And someone again told me the same thing this past weekend. And I was already planning on bringing him to the vet. And I was already starting to think that way. So when I got to the vet, I asked him a whole bunch of questions. And eventually it came to the point where I told him, I think it's time to put him down. And what was I going to say? When they were getting the procedures ready, I was literally at the vet all day in the morning for 3 hours and a half. And I just remember saying to my dog, when they put him sedated, getting him tired, getting him ready, I remember telling him, Indy, I love you, and and you're a good boy, okay? I'll always love you, and you're a good boy. And I kept hugging him and kissing him, and I'll always remember him. And I think that's about it, guys. Okay, I did pretty well, I think. I wasn't like sobbing. But yes, this is a tribute to my dog in loving memory to him. He has made appearances in my videos sometimes, a couple of them, and you probably heard him many times in many of my either reviews or whatnot. He's always, when you hear some clitter cladding in the background, that was him walking around because he didn't want to stand still. He is not the kind of dog that like to sit in one spot. Sometimes he would sit right beside me here, wait while I'm filming, but then he would get like tired midway through and be like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna miss that, and I'm gonna miss him. I already miss him, and I think that's about it, guys. So this is the tribute to my dog. I won't be. There is a Patreon page, but I'm not gonna plug it in this video, and I hope my Patreons can understand. This is a personal video for me, and I just wanted to give a kind of memorial to my dog. So, I'm gonna end this here, guys. Okay, so I think that's it. If you guys want to like the video, like it. I don't care. I hope you don't dislike it, and I think that's it. Okay, so okay, I think that's it. Okay, until next time, everybody. I promise it won't be emotional after this. It's only this one time. Until next time, take care.